Hi, folks. Chap Ambrose here. I had people ask me questions about how I get the public documents and government emails I've been getting and publishing, and I thought it might just be interesting to watch me do one of these. You'll often hear people talk about the Freedom of Information Act, but the FOIA, this actually only applies to federal agencies. In Texas, we have Attorney General Paxton has this great site about the Public Information Act, and this is the law that applies to state agencies. And so it's pretty good. It has a lot of information you can also read. But I've heard some interesting things about the Tesla Giga Texas factory and their wastewater, and I want to learn more about it. So instead of spreading more rumors, let's just submit some requests here and see what we can find. Let's start with the city of Austin. And you'll note some of these agencies have this kind of online system that you can use to submit requests, and usually they'll send them back here. But they also have email addresses where they accept these requests. And I like to use that because it gives me kind of a permanent archive of the requests I've made. And so we're going to email public information at Austin, and you could say Tesla Giga, Texas public information request. And I have kind of some pre-written text I've used because I've done this a few times. I'll leave these in the comments so you can also copy it. They kind of will only send you what you ask for. So I find it really helpful just to be very broad. I'd like to all permits, inspections, violations, documents, communications, agreements, negotiations, and any other information regarding, let's plug in Tesla Giga Texas that is available. Would like all external communication with the companies, their representatives, and internal discussion between government employees and any other notes or materials. And then you have to give a date. I think they started in this July 2020, so let's say January 2020. See what they come back with. Sometimes it can be difficult when you're submitting permits. They want to know like a street address, so I can just include that too. Texas at Tesla Road, formerly known as Harold Green Road, that is available. Okay. So really, that's it. Wow, that was hard, huh? It's not. And yeah, let's do another one. So the TCEQ, if you're not familiar, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality is what governs land, or I guess water and air primarily in Texas. And again, I'm just Googling here, finding the email, and plug that in, and just going to copy over exactly what I just sent to the city of Austin. I don't think we need to change anything here. Send that. And let's do, why not, Governor Abbott. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We don't even have to. Even have to click to get his. Thank you, Governor. It is helpful to know kind of what agency you're dealing with, what office, what they might have, what they might not. So I don't think the governor's likely to have anything about permitting or violations. So I might tweak this a bit. inspections, and I'll just say documents, communications, agreements, negotiations. Yep, internal discussion. Okay, we got a date there. And really, that's all there is. Pretty easy. I think there's this assumption that these big projects, there's so much visibility and press that surely they're doing the right thing. Surely the agencies involved know. The reality is, I'm finding some surprising things in these documents and have got some press coverage from things I've uncovered. I don't think yet there's a conspiracy. I wouldn't say that. But the people who work at the government are underpaid, frankly, and they're overworked. And you can look at the job openings and the salaries and see that pretty clearly. But to me, that says anyone who's taking these jobs really cares about it and knows how important the work is. But they just have so much on their plate that it's almost like government is reactive, and so they're not out there pursuing some of these potential issues. It's really our role as citizens to bring them to their attention, and I think I've had success with that. And I think the transparency of the government is kind of fundamental to American democracy. And right from the beginning, the founders kind of got that right. And but our role here is to exercise those rights. And this is a weird game that has been set up, and the rules have been written by corporations who may have not had the best of intentions. But all the rules are public. This is all most of this is just a transparent process that anybody can learn. So while I understand how easy it is to get online and to complain about how things are changing and what's going on and to spread rumors that you hear, you've just seen it's literally a few seconds to request these things and find out the truth so that you can be informed and inform your neighbors. Yeah. So if you read the Attorney General's site, you'll see there are some deadlines and times, and this whole process is laid out. But the first deadline is that you should get a response within 10 days, is what they say, that they've received it, and then they will begin working on it. They don't create any new records for you. That's sort of outside the scope, but they should provide you with pretty much everything else. There are exceptions for proprietary stuff, and there's a whole process where they can choose to redact things, but the Attorney General's office reviews those, and they make rulings, and you can object. And I've seen a few of those. I'm working through a few of those, but I will keep you updated, and we'll see what we find on this. I hope you'll do this yourself for the projects that are happening around you. If you want to know what's being built next to you, you don't have to guess. You can literally find the drawings. The government should send those to you. So that's it for today. I'll follow up. We'll see what comes of it, and let me know if you find anything interesting.